mentioned earlier today. I know they also are getting a rematch in the loser side of things, so Magic Beans was able to take them 2-0, and maybe they'll be able to do that again. However, it seems like Inkling has learned a thing or two, because they 2-0'd their way into losers bracket round 3. Or almost 2-0'd their way, I guess, rather, into losers round 3. So that is actually that's pretty cool, to get another shot to try to beat who knocked you out in the first place. And so Kittens now being knocked down into the losers round 4, into the quarterfinals. No stick players all on the other side of things. So Kittens is looking to try to face off with Luminescence or Los de Pesos, whom they have not yet seen in this bracket because they've been on the other side of it. So they're looking to try to see if they can take competition with different folks. Kittens, though, getting knocked down by the number 2 seed is pretty exciting. Not for Kittens necessarily, but for Fun PB, able to beat the first seed and kind of take them out of the running just for a little bit longer. So Fun PB and Disgusting Pickup are coming up next into the finals round. Who is going to be knocked out? And also, I know that Fun PB is feeling fired up, trying to take another fight with Disgusting Pickup Team, because they were able to 3-0 in the Swiss stage, like I said earlier. So big rematch here, Nito. I'm rubbing my hands together like I'm a fly that just landed. This is going to be exciting.
I mean, this is our light, right? And we're both Moss to a light. I mean, this Disgusting Pickup Team, it kind of goes without saying that they're the underdogs here. They are the David, Fun PB, obviously the Goliath here. I mean, I don't know, I like it. Disgusting Pickup Team came up to this last set with a playstyle, a weapon comp that I haven't seen much of before. Fun PB used a Clash Blaster the last time I saw them on stream, so first of all, bold move there using the Noob Cannon, but if the Noob Cannon's working out for you, so I'm not going to really judge you on that, but it's whatever happens, whatever weapon comps, whatever playstyles we see coming out of both of these teams, just know that it's all going to start on Splat Zones, ship-shape once again.
And also, Noob Cannon, as you so lovingly put it, did come out on ship-shape cargo tower control, so is that going to be the same for Splat Zones? I mean, there is some paint that gets thrown down, for sure. However, now that our objective is not a moving objective, it's a stationary objective that we have to keep covered, I'm wondering if maybe Clash Blaster is going to be selected once again, and no, it is not. We are going to stick with Bucket, and hey, you know what? I will take that, Nito.
Fair enough. I mean, Bucket works well here. I mean, the Disgusting Pickup Team showed that very well last set, and I'm surprised they didn't keep the... Actually, I'm surprised they didn't get the Slosher out here from Delta as well. But you know what? Delta's not actually here, so that makes sense. What you do have instead is going to be a Umbrella. You have a head hit there, and you have Fun PB going all the way in. Look at where Momo is on the side, on the top of your screen there with Gumshoe as well. We're gonna have to force this one trade. We're gonna go all the way back here. It does have a power, does have the restarter, sorry, ready and able to go. So we do have at least one special coming up here. Fun PB now finding themselves struggling to keep hold of this zone. Disgusting Pickup Team just back.
Yeah, I want to say too, it is very refreshing to actually see no shot or pro or any traditional shooter in sight, Nito. We are completely of different weapon classes here that don't involve any sort of traditional shooter, which I find to be really fun. That's Tensui surviving the vacuum shot in the very corner. Once again, Brella is proving to be the shield of all shields. 3 members of Fun PB going down. An incredible opening from Disgusting Pickup Team and just holding out strong, no penalty in sight. Nito, this is kind of the moment that they've been waiting for, and hopefully, in their case, the momentum is going to stay here as Tensui coming out with an incredible shot. Make it 2! That's 3 members down on Fun PB once again. However, the Reach Slider is the one that made it through.
You throw haymakers, so can we. Disgusting Pickup Team, and this is now a different team than I saw last set. They are coming into this knowing full well what they're up against. Fun PB, the perfect team. Now they're on the back foot here. How often have they been on the back foot? I don't know. I didn't really watch we didn't get to see their run on day 1. But now we're seeing that they're on the back foot here. And my goodness, Icebreaker, can we see a third? Oh, we absolutely do, but it's going to be somebody else, so it's actually a 2 for there. But Fun PB now, not on the back foot. They have control of the zone. They don't have the lead. Disgusting Pickup Team was able to retake the zone very cleanly the last time. Can they do it here?
I I would give it Icebreaker. I'd give them 2.5, okay? Because that definitely at the bare minimum had to be an assist of some sort, right?
Sure.
So we'll give them credit. We'll give you credit for the half there, Icebreaker. You can have it. But Disgusting Pickup Team able to break back through. It's kind of hard to see how that was able to happen, but they did manage to pull through. The Reef Slider is also online for as another take back tool, but unfortunately Deadringer is going to go down from Anoga up at the top there. Momonga. Yeah, okay. I was like, hold on, let me get my monocle out here and kind of magnify, enhance on that one to try to get the name right there. But there is 4 members of Fun PB kind of dancing around into this court area here and doing what they do best, which is collapsing in on the enemy and surrounding them very quickly, like flies to the swarm. Moxie, though, is going to go ahead and take 2. They're looking in for the third 2.5 once again. You know, shout out to the 2.5. And Gumshoe is going to have to get out of there as quickly as possible. Fun PB is on the regroup.
2.5, the second, the third most popular number, just right behind 6 and 7 currently at the time of me saying this. But Disgusting Pickup Team still swapping between control of the zone with Fun PB. Notice that this is starting. It's not necessarily the same as what we saw when they're set in their previous set just a few minutes ago, but they're still swapping things around left and right. I mean, it's like we're seeing some of what we saw in the previous set, but now it's going to be the zone instead of fights going on towards either side of the map here. Fun PB is never really in control. They are in control, but they're never really fully under control, I think, I'm noticing in the set.
Yeah, it seems like Fun PB is kind of gets it together for a moment, but then there's immediately a 1 to 2 down scenario where it gets toppled, but enough paint gets on the ground there for Disgusting Pickup Team to take back control. But there still is a 1-point difference in some penalty in the way that is going to prevent them from victory here. But maybe Nito having 3 members go down and actually a delayed wipeout, that's the Paintbrush going down last. This could be the moment to try to open it up while additionally taking the folks that are like down that are keep trying to spawn back in. Fun PB is looking to try to has to take the lead here once again, finally taking zone to control, but it's not going to be enough, Nito. Disgusting Pickup Team is still here to stay.
Oh my goodness. Disgusting Pickup Team. You're certainly serving up something delicious here, so your name makes no sense at all. But what makes sense is how well you've been doing in this set. There's already 2 players going down. There's another one going down. Noxie with the Moxie. Can we hold on to the zone at least? No Reef Slider for you. Icebreaker gets shut down. The ice stays cold and frozen solid as Disgusting Pickup Team picks up their first win and Fun PB's first loss of the entire weekend.
First loss of the entire weekend, and it's on the rematch of a team that you 3-0'd in the Swiss stage. Like I said, Nito, Disgusting Pickup Team is picking up so much momentum, and regardless of what the Yelp review says of Disgust, this pickup team is cooking up something pretty hot here. Now Fun PB, for the first time, being put in the counter-picking scenario, so no splat zones and ship shapes still on the table, but for Disgusting Pickup Team, we cannot pick those any further if we move into the counter pick ourselves. But this is probably a very momentous moment for Disgusting Pickup Team to have Fun PB sitting in the counter pick.
Did you know that Julius Caesar and other Roman emperors believed that pickles could help build muscle, which has to be what Disgusting Pickup Team ate in the very short break between the previous set they played and now, because first of all, let's state the obvious. You beat the team that was previously unbeatable. And secondly, it's not necessarily that you're completely wiping them, but no other team has been able to withstand the challenge that Fun PB has brought to them. But what you did there is make the previously unbeatable team look like they're finally met their match here. All of these games are so close to one another, so I like that we're seeing that from this match. Obviously, Fun PB now has a counter pick in their favor. We're gonna see how that comes up later on.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what's going on in the voice chat of Fun PB, kind of what the discussion is happening, because I mean, that's gotta be a really big blow, right? You almost had the perfect game. coming out for Fun PB. You almost had the perfect score, the perfect low ink run for as far as they went, and they were only a few matches away from maybe making their way and punching a ticket into grand finals. So Disgusting Pickup Team disrupting that's gotta be a little challenging to try to swallow, and especially when you had such a good run earlier in the tournament. And I could just be speaking in general, but Nito,
Oh.
we're gonna run it back on Rainmaker Humpback Pump Track, and I think that I don't know, maybe Fun PB was unaware how Disgusting Pickup Team was able to kind of throw it down on this last time. I'm wondering, I don't know if they know, but Disgusting Pickup Team had so much momentum from this last game that this could be good. I think this could be good.
Right, because this is the map that Disgusting Pickup Team counterpicked, like you said, to beat no 6 players. So, okay, now I gotta talk about why they won on Rainmaker Humpback now, because the Disgusting Pickup Team was able to do. I think they made very good use of the off angles available on this map.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason you gotta wonder what the reason for Fun PB picking this map mode has to be, because obviously with every counter pick there has to be something, and the reason you're picking it out. So I wonder what they're gonna pick out from here. I want to see what they pick out mainly in their weapon comps, because like I said, the success that was brought on by Rainmaker Humpback or Disgusting Pickup Team and Rainmaker Humpback was because of their playstyle. So what do you do with the weapon comp? And if so, are you making this pick because you know what Disgusting Pickup Team is going to come out? And what adjustments do you make out of it? Or is it just because you know this is what works for you?
I see your analysis there. And I raise you the question of, in many, many years of us pickling, it's incredible that after thousands of years that we still perform the practice today, and how actually wonderful fermented and pickled foods are for your gut. So many different, they kind of act in the same way like probiotics do. And especially one thing I'm thinking of is like kimchi, for example, which kimchi is also like the name of the actual dish with all the cabbage and the spices, but also it's the method for which that you ferment. It's a name of the method in which you ferment. So to me, it seems like maybe Fun PB had a big heaping spoonful of kimchi because that was a quick checkpoint pop.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, does this Disgusting Pickup Team stop this? I would hope so, but nah. I mean, we gotta also talk about. Never mind, don't talk about the comp. It's just a. Whoa, wait a minute here, Disgusting Pickup Team trying to run away with this one. No, says Icebreaker. I'm gonna break your runaway there, but. Oh my goodness, Fun PB just going straight out of the gates here. That's gonna be a bomb pick that finally shuts down Icebreaker, but Fun PB, I mean, that is one heck of a way to start things off for your team. Gumshoe just barely able to escape out of there, but Disgusting Pickup Team completely, I want to say completely taken off guard there, but at the same time, that was complete pushback from the side of Fun PB.
Yeah, I think Icebreaker deserved that as a follow-up. They deserved that after what happened in the last round, and saved themselves of the honor of taking down 3 members. 3 members of Disgusting Pickup Team. That completely turned it around there, and you can see now Disgusting Pickup Team is finding themselves kind of on the back foot here. They have to try to get organized, but Meat Boy is going to make that really challenging. But still 3 members of Fun PB down in kind of a really tough team fight, and still though Fun PB is holding strong, even with them going down one by one. It's like you said, sometimes the best defense is gonna just be holding forward and see what can happen for you. But Disgusting Pickup Team is still holding their ground, and Tensui almost making it out of harm's way, but unfortunately goes down to that stamp throw.
Ooh, and there's a wipeout, so you at least get control of the zone. You also get jumps here, another valuable resource here. Disgusting Pickup Team, though, they don't have the ability to take any off angles here, which is what you would have seen, but of course you had people respawning, so not much you could have done with this. Much you can do is push, see if they are able to make something out of this. 2-1 player going down on either side here. but nothing solid coming out of this just yet, except for an Ink Rush, and except for a Wave Breaker. Can they get their lead? No, they do not. Just barely stopped before they were able to do anything there by Fun PB. Disgusting Pickup Team still making their way back up. They might be able to grab the lead here, except Gunshoe has this. Wait a minute, no, hold on. Fun PB picked it up and dropped it down. Oh my goodness, I nearly missed that had it not been for the words on top of the screen there.
I was really hopeful there for Tensui because they had so much paint coverage, kind of towing the line on the little walkway there. So, but the wipeout now occurring on Disgusting Pickup Team, just kind of finding themselves between a rock and a hard place. That's Icebreaker picking up the Rainmaker here. All the teammates are going to jump in. They're opting for the far right side, which allows a little bit of breathing room, I feel, for the folks at Fun PB. They're already trying to push forward and meet Icebreaker over on the side there, but still Disgusting Pickup Team is going to find their footing first and take two different members down and are already collapsing in on the zone. Plenty of paint being thrown down here, and now with the shield being popped once again, the strikes are going to come out too. But Nito, someone is going to break through to the other side there. That's the Paintbrush, and they're Momonga is going to take it down into the trench again. So, I mean, Disgusting Pickup Team had a really good spot there to try to start with, but it seems to me Fun PB is just going to sneak on through.
This is what I want to see for Disgusting Pickup Team. Your strengths are in the off angle, and you're showing it very well here. You've got the lead. This is where your strengths lie. Your strengths lie on the right side, which is supposedly the weaker side to push in from. But no, you've got more picks here. You got Tensui here, who's able to hold down more than I thought they'd be able to hold down with that umbrella. And now you've got the lead as well with a minute to go. Now you've put Fun PB in the back foot yet again. This is what I want to see. You guys are playing to their strengths, and you guys are playing to them very well.
Tensui for me has been MVP of this particular match because consistently I have seen them not only protect themselves, but they completely blocked so much else that's coming at them. But wow, Fun PB, Nito, that was free! That whole pathway from start to finish, that was a free run for Fun PB. There was nobody from Disgusting Pickup Team in sight there. I mean, what happened?
That's the nervous laughter of I wish I could tell you in words that are understandable to the human ear, but I can't. And so Fun PV just says, all right, well, the answer is right there. Nobody from Disgusting Pickup Team is preventing me from accessing the answer, so I'm just gonna do a little bit of that. And they did a little bit of that, and they won. So I don't know. It all happened so quickly for me to just like, since I looked away for a small second, now it's like, all right, well, Fun PB just takes that away from you. To be fair, this entire game was back and forth. It was very close, and it almost seemed like cliche sentence incoming. Either team could win, and either team did win, Fun PB in fact, but it's no surprise that it's almost anticlimactic, but it's no surprise that it could have been one as easy as that because of how volatile these point totals were.
I'm telling you right now that Disgusting Pickup Team is in the counter-picking scenario, Fun PB had a really good closeout of that match. However, if that didn't topple right there, I feel Disgusting Pickup Team would have held that together, but I feel like Fun PB is really quick to assess where they can cause the most damage. And like you said, the fact that the knowledge was right there and it was not behind a paywall, they were kind of like, all right, we can actually just pull forward here, and we'll just take it all the way down to the end. And so Tower Fish on Hagglefish Market, tower control for us going into the third round here. Disgusting Pickup Team is taking us here next. We have our reusable bags. If you have EBT out there, EBT also works at farmers markets. Just for those of you out there, a little fun tip for you. So I think that, like, in regards of who's going to find the best deal here, once again, I've said this earlier about Fun PB. You just can't. You really do have to keep all the cards. You can't put any down on the table because Fun PB will exploit the weakness if they see one. So Disgusting Pickup Team really has to they have to play the offensive defense, if you will. They have to play both pieces at the same time and very, very, very strongly in order to kind of find success against Fun PB, because Fun PB is so quick to exploit. They are so quick to collapse in and find where the holes are. And so I feel that Disgusting Pickup Team, I mean, they have all hands on deck and they have to pay really close attention to this, Nito.
So one thing I didn't mention in the previous set is that Icebreaker is a member of Daybreak, a CCA team, and Icebreaker, really Daybreak in general, loves humpback, so that's why they got that as a counter pick. Which is why I want to talk about their Disgusting Pickup Team's counter pick real quick. I understand this pick, and you're starting to understand it too, chat, because there is a wipeout for you, but I understand this because this is very straightforward, almost literally. You have a map that worked out as roughly as like Ship Shape did, which is why you're gonna bring out similar comps, that double Slaughter comp coming out yet again. And you see that Restarter come out, nothing there yet, but Tensui's also been really useful with this Umbrella here, so you want to keep Tensui as useful as possible without allowing FunPB to access these off angles. FunPB have cleared out the members of the Disgusting Pickup Team, but the latter have the lead for now.
Yeah, I like that Noxie was kind of just hanging out in the base there for a little while, and you could see that Icebreaker just completely shifted their attention towards tower and moving it forward, which was the correct assessment of events to do, because Noxie eventually got followed up by 2 different members of FunPB. So it's a really incredible ability to kind of risk assess in the moment like that, and they chose to just move the objective forward, which is exactly what you want to keep doing, especially because Disgusting Pickup Team is really good at creating a strong opening. That's Tensui and Moxie helping each other out on the side here. That's Momonga also going down. 3 members of FunPB are now down, and the second checkpoint has been, first checkpoint has been eliminated. We're sailing our way onto the second one, but unfortunately the Dreadringer could not make it up there with the Reef Slider, so Meat Boy is here to try and fight it out, and Momonga is going to try to follow it up. It's a very quick battle to take away from the second checkpoint here, and finally FunPB is moving that tower away.
Oh, and that could have been a dangerous Reef Slider that had it gone straight under the tent, because that tent had 2 players on it. It had Gumshoe, and it had one more that I'm starting to blank out, and maybe Meat Boy, but that would have been a crucial 2 picks for your team to have, so not having that is going to be it's going to slow y'all down a lot. And that means you also don't have that other Reef Slider that came out from the Disgusting Pickup Team that's now dead as well. Tensui trying to get something happening with this Umbrella, but not able to get anything through because Meat Boy's coming in with the Luna Blaster and almost got another take there. But Disgusting Pickup Team, though, they're surprisingly holding this fort down very well, especially against a team that in their previous set seemed like they could just go in and somehow find a lead. FunPB not being able to do so in this match.
Yeah, and I appreciate that Disgusting Pickup Team is doing everything they can to push forward, and Tensui is the one leading the charge here, finding one, taking Meat Boy out of the process, though that Luna Blaster is going to be gone, but still, 3 members of Disgusting Pickup Team go down. It's just Tensui left standing. It seems like they need to have another, at least 2 people kind of defending the tower as much as possible. And you have Gumshoe launching that tent and also holding the tower down. It's back into the center stage now, but there's a lot of pain to be had coming from Disgusting Pickup Team here. And the back is actually providing a lot of help with that to let the Reef Slider come on through. That's 3 people of Disgusting Pickup Team going down. Another phenomenal stack of specials from FunPB.
All right, I want to see what this Dreadringer does, because you have Reef Slider. You're so tempted in using this, especially considering the angle you're at here, but you don't have time to do it. Meat Boy comes in. Meat Boy's the only one left, though. So now Disgusting Pickup Team knows that they still have these off angles. But the problem is with FunPB, they're catching those off angles fairly quickly here. I mean, they picked up on it. And when you pick up on it, all of a sudden the tried and tested game style that you've been going for doesn't work. Well, I mean, maybe it wasn't going to work in the first place, because right now, all this game has been is just a bloodbath. Both of these teams swapping picks left and right, back and forth. 1 minute to go. Doesn't seem like it's going to end, but Disgusting Pickup Team currently has the tower.
And I just have to hold on to it, Nito, as we enter the last 50 seconds. But how can you do that if 2 of your members make it 3 go down? It seems like whenever we reach this elbow, Nito, the offensive Disgusting Pickup Team completely topples. We just cannot seem to hold it down on that second checkpoint because FunPB's positioning on the defense has been really tough to break. But in addition to that, I feel FunPB has also been really struggling to hold down this elbow because we've only made it to the 50-point mark. This will be the first time in a while that they've they've been able to get close and finally getting some more points on the board here with 3 members going down. This is ideal win conditions here for Fun PB, and that's the lead being taken in the final 15 seconds of the game. So Disgusting PB has a lot of time and ground that they have to make up for if they want to try to turn it around here. But how are you supposed to do that when you have 3 members down?
I don't think you can. Meat Point Icebreaker, they're the hold down the tower. And there was no response that Disgusting Pickup Team could have had for that. But it's so good that you mentioned that elbow, because that elbow is so difficult to get out of. I mean, Hagglefish Tower is notorious for having that checkpoint in which if you're playing against a team that knows how to lock down, knows how to play checkpoint by checkpoint, it's over. It's going to be very difficult for you to do anything there. But what happens there is that Tower Hagglefish works up Fun PB, and Disgusting Pickup Team, for what it's worth, tried their best to make sure they can make that outside whatever. We'll just go around and see what happens there. Off angle thing work, but obviously when you have a team like Fun PB who's able to shut down these checkpoints very well, work from checkpoint to checkpoint, keep it step by step, not much for you to do there.
I am just enamored with that the effort that Disgusting Pickup Team has put in these last 2 games. They get such a good lead, and it just slips right through their fingers in the final seconds. And it's very similar. It's very similar, like I said, to how fermentation works. You want to play the long game. You have to let it sit for a long time. And Fun PB has been doing just that. They play the long game. They play until the final seconds of the game, and then that's where they strike. They strike back even harder than they have for the entire game. It's like they've been playing at like 65 to 70%, but then as soon as those final seconds come into play and we're kind of entering the last minute of the game, that's when we turn the notch up all the way to almost 100% and throw everything in the kitchen sink that we have at them, eventually leading us to the victory. So where it's like Disgusting Pickup Team has barely any time to try to make it up and gain ground back. So Fun PB now in the winner's seat and looking to try to close out this battle. But still, Nito, Disgusting Pickup Team is the one that stopped their perfect record. They have disrupted the perfect record, and I think that in itself deserves a win.
And the reason this set has been so fun to watch for me is that none of these games have been outwardly outward wipeouts. None of them have been shutouts. Fun PB and Disgusting Pickup Team are I'm convinced they're so closely matched here that we could see this match once again down the road. But right now, we're still focusing on this one. Disgusting Pickup Team has the counterpick yet again. I want to see what to do with this, because now all of a sudden you've discovered that Fun PB is holding things down on when it comes to modes like Tower Control or Rainmaker, they can hold down their own objective pretty well. So now you gotta figure out, like, okay, do we still want to try playing these off angles? Because if we do, we need to find another approach to it. Tower Control and Hagglefish Market was a good start, but then you have Fun PB and the way they've used their specials to completely overwhelm you. It doesn't really matter that you have those off angles, but there's the one I've been waiting for. We are back to the common.
Took them long enough. Jeez.
Bring it back. Tower Control Inkblot.
Yeah, gather round, come in the room. Tower Control Inkblot Art Academy finally in the winners finals stage. Finally, we have old reliable. I know, thank goodness, it's finally some normalcy. That we get to have here on the Loving stream for Alpha Bracket D2. The Inkblot Art Academy on Tower Control. I think Fun PB is going to see a similar story here as we had in their last Tower Control match. It seems to me that both of these teams really struggle with different elbow positions and trying to maintain, because either the defense or offense is too strong to even maintain positioning here. And boy howdy, do we have a lot of elbowing that happens here at Inkblot Art Academy. So very, very similar map structure, if you will, with where checkpoints are placed.
All right, chat. The word of the match is going to be bats. Whoever wins bats first, and whoever is more aggressive in getting into bat is going to be the team that wins. Because I think what the previous matches have shown me is that both of these teams are willing to be outwardly aggressive. I mean, we saw what Fun PP did in last match. We saw what Disgusting Pickup Team did in Rainmaker Humpback. Whichever team gets that big push at the beginning, off the top, may win, and I want to say that they'd have a good chance of winning. I mean, like I've said before, these matches have gone so far in one direction or the other that I can't really tell you, and I don't, because I do see how all of them play out, and I don't want to spoil it for myself. But Disgusting Pickup Team and Fun PB, their goal is to get the bats first. See if you can hold it. I don't know that you can. Both of these teams are incredibly volatile, so who knows? But we'll see what both of these teams come up with. I think that's going to be the name of the game, though.
Additionally, too, I really think that we need to make more use of what Noxie is bringing to the table. Because in this last game on Hagglefish Market, Noxie was able to infiltrate into that top elbow for quite some time, and there were two different players that just were distracted by what Noxie was doing. They had to completely turn their attention away from the objective for a little bit, which ideally was not what they wanted to do. So I think with Inkblot having a really similar map structure, we need to be taking more advantage of what Noxie can do for Disgusting Pickup Team, because they have the powers to infiltrate into tighter spaces, especially with using that carbon roller. I think last time they were using the regular spot roller with bubble. So I think with having that kind of gumption and power to do so, this could be a really good spot for them to keep exercising that skill.
Gumption, that's a good word. That's a word I don't hear very often, but I do want to hear more of it. And you need to hear more about how America, the United States, got its name from a pickle merchant from Italy.
Aha!
So the nickname for America was actually made by a guy named Amerigo Vespucci. And now the name that both of these teams are going to make is going to be built from this matchup. It's currently Fun PB on match point. Disgusting Pickup Team out looking to stop the 3-1 gentleman's sweep. Let's go and see what happens.
And once again, no traditional shooter weapons in sight, Nito, which is so refreshing to see. It's refreshing for the eyeballs. Meat Boy put the sploosh to rest for just a little while longer here. Disgusting Pickup Team is going to be the first to jump onto the tower and make it to checkpoint number one. There's nobody from Fun PB in sight here. Oh, and I say that, and then finally some blue ink kind of flying over the side. But you can tell that that they've been now called out by the Dreadringer. So Momonga is still being distracted and not going in for the tower like they were hoping to. So second checkpoint is almost going to be taken by Disgusting Pickup Team, and there's still plenty of it in the arsenal to try to hold the tower in their possession here. Nobody can catch this Dreadringer, Nito.
Yeah, I'm surprised this Dreadringer hasn't gone down yet, because look at it, Zip just kind of hovering around. Notice 3 players down on Disgusting Pickup Team. It's still there. That Dreadringer's still there. And oh my goodness, thankfully Icebreaker able to take it out and still get some picks there. That was a trade. Surprisingly, Disgusting Pickup Team is so good at slowing teams down like this. Even when it looks like it should be a complete wipeout. Even when it looks like it shouldn't be a trade at all. It's a trade. It's still a pick. I mean, Disgusting Pickup Team is slowing down Fun PB little by little, that it all adds up, and Fun PB has to start from the beginning here and see what they can do with this, but it seems like they're going to have to be doing that over and over.
Yeah, and unfortunate timing there from Momoga. You could tell that they were just trying to go and get things started and start the fight closer to home for Disgusting PB, but Kawa was there to respond pretty quickly. Look at Kolos trying to bring in the tent here, but not finding any advantage. That's two members down for Fun PB, and that once again having to start in from the spawning area. A really good bomb, though, coming out from Icebreaker to stop the tower momentum. Tensui is going to have to try to be the one to follow up. A good 2v1 fight happening there. The Tri-Strikes are going to come out and clear the left-hand side, which is inevitably where tower is going to go, but not if Meat Boy has anything to say about it. But Nito, it seems before anybody can really get heated up or fired up in a fight here, they get immediately taken down.
That's what I like about both of these teams, is that they're all that's happening. And that's what's made this match incredibly exciting from start to finish, and it's not stopping here, which is good. This is good. This is good for viewership. This is good for me, the caster, and this is good for Disgusting Pickup Team because they got 3 players down. Meat Boy still holding on to things, but Kawa able to shut that down with the headache. And my goodness, disgusting pickup team still finding ways to keep Fun PB on the back foot here. How much more can they find? Not much with Icebreaker, failing to get something out of that reach slider, but this is what I'm talking about. All of these picks going on in the middle there. Fun PB able to come out of it on top, but for how long? You now have somebody on bats. How much are you able to do with this? A lot, it seems, because you got the Slosher down. You get Tensui down. You're doing a lot for the pickup team. Fun PB, another one down. Oh my goodness, is that the lead for you? I think it's the lead for you. It certainly is the lead for you.
See, I feel that the real commentator's curse of it all is a game like this, where plays are happening so fast that you and I can just not even keep up with what's going on. Even like your brain and your eyes, everything is happening faster than what we're able to process.
Oh.
And as I say this too, the wipeout for Disgusting Pickup Team has now occurred. It is almost going to be curtains for Disgusting Pickup Team if Fun PB keeps it up, which they can because they keep on gaining specials and getting them online faster than the folks of Disgusting Pickup Team can get out of the spawn. And the tri-strikes are a moment too late. That is Fun PB once again closing it out against Disgusting Pickup Team. However, the perfect score has been thwarted by Disgusting Pickup Team in the long run, but still, Fun PB will be moving on into the grand final set.
And a point I was going to bring up earlier is that Disgusting Pickup Team was the first to bats at about 20 seconds in, but Fun PB was more, I feel like there was more substance to when this Fun PB got up to bats, because there was just so much they had up there. So it's like they had two people. You had the paintbrush as well, which is good for area denial. And then all